It looks like they turned Matt Damon's Martian film into a teen romance movie. The Space Between Us, directed by Peter Chisholm, starring Asa Butterfield, Britt Robinson, Gary Oldman, and Carla Gugino. This movie is set in the near future. We have some astronauts going to Mars. One of them ends up giving birth to a baby boy on Mars at a space station there. She dies from giving birth, and the boy ends up having to live on Mars. The boy can't come back to Earth because he won't be able to survive the journey. His bones are too brittle to survive, and his heart could not survive because it could grow too big for him if he were to come here. Now you see the boy grow up to be a teenager, played by Asa Butterfield. He's being raised by scientists and a female astronaut that's on the planet, played by Carla Gugino, who's kind of like a surrogate mother to him. While the administrator on Earth, who works for NASA, played by Gary Oldman, is the only other person who knows about the fact that Asa Butterfield's character even exists. And you got one of the guys who also works for NASA who knows about Gardner, played by B.D. Wong, and B.D. Wong's character and Gary Oldman are debating whether or not Gardner should come back to Earth, since he does want to come back and live life among the rest of us humans. He has a reason to come to Earth. There is this girl on Earth that he likes named Tulsa, played by Britt Robinson, that he's been talking to through the computer. He wants to come to Earth and meet her. He also wants to find out who his father is, who is on Earth, and he's never met him, and he wants to find this guy and say, "I'm your son," and everything. Now, I thought this was an interesting concept to see. A movie about a human boy that is born on Mars and comes to Earth and see what happens. The premise seemed interesting, and the whole idea of the teen romance being added to it was a bit much, but I thought it might be a good movie anyway. And unfortunately, it's not that good. Asa Butterfield, I think, is a pretty good actor. I thought he was very good in Ender's Game, but in this movie, he's really not all that good. And then let's talk about Britt Robinson. Britt Robinson, I think, is an okay actress as well. I don't think she's a bad actress, but she seems to be casted in the same role, same type of roles all the time, like her role in Tomorrowland, in her role in the Nicholas Sparks movie that she did a while back with Clint Eastwood's son, and now this movie is pretty much the same character over and over and over again. It's a very annoying type of character. The only good performance I think I've seen her do is from A Dog's Purpose, and I thought she was pretty good in that movie. But this movie, she was a little bit annoying, but not too much annoying. I did think there was some chemistry between her and Asa Butterfield. And other times it just felt like something right out of a Twilight movie or out of Fault in Our Stars, something like that. Was, to some extent, this movie does feel very much like it, only Asa Butterfield's character is kind of like Shailene Woodley's character in that film. And much of this movie does feel very much like the Jeff Bridges film Starman, because you do have an alien, or in this case a human being has been living on Mars, coming to Earth and falling in love with somebody on Earth for the first time and everything. And overall, this movie just really wasn't all that good and pretty much forgettable, really. I don't think I'm going to remember this movie that much days from now. So I'm going to give this movie a C-. Honestly, I don't think it's worth seeing really in the theaters. There are still the December Oscar leftovers out there, so you're better off going to see one of those if you haven't seen any of those yet. And that's all I gotta say for The Space Between Us. Don't even bother seeing this film.